This program is called Hello World, as maybe you could see evidenced by some things that are typed here in the code. So I've got Hello World here, Hello World here. Let's figure out what this does when we run this program. So I'll just click this play button. Yes, build please. I've got a lot of programs running at the same time, so this may take a while to compile. Here we go. Great! It works! So we've successfully made a program which says Hello World. Now a few points about what's going on here. This big black box is called the console. The console. I guess you could write a program that provides console. But this is the console box. All the programs we'll write for now will take place within this black box. So you see Hello World here is just some text. But the cool thing is we made it appear. And I'm going to walk you through how exactly to write this program and how it works. So let's start at the very beginning of how to make this Hello World program. This will also be an introduction as to how to make a program in Visual Studio just right from the get-go, because we haven't done that yet. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm just going to right-click on the desktop here and make a new folder. I'm going to call it Justin's Programs. Okay, now I'm making this folder so I can be organized. I won't lose my programs. You'll find that as you make more and more things, it'll be pretty hard to keep track of things. So I'm just making this folder to be organized. Now I previously pinned Visual Studio to my taskbar, so I'm going to click on that and open it. Wait a bit for it to load. Okay, so I'm going to go up here to File, New, Project. Now you can think of a project basically as a program. Now I'm going to click Win32 console application. It's the one with this black box, C++. Be sure you're over here on the C++ bar here on the left. We'll click that. And now I can name it. So I'm going to name it Hello World. And I just made my folder where I want to save my projects, and this is not that folder. So I'm going to click Browse, go to my desktop, and to Justin's Programs. I'll save it there. Okay. Okay, I'll click Next. Now click this box, Empty Project. This will make the project with no text. You're starting literally from the ground up. You're starting just completely with a blank page. We'll finish that. Great, so this is our project. So just a quick explanation of what exactly is going on here in Visual Studio. This bottom box here, while we're writing the program, if there are errors that Visual Studio finds with the code that you've written, they'll pop up here. This will show you status reports of what's going on exactly with your program when you're creating it. But we won't worry about what's going on here in this video. Up here we can see what exactly is in this project that we've just created. So we can see, okay, our program's called Hello World. External dependencies, we won't worry about that. Header files, we won't worry about that now. What we are concerned with is source files. So I'm going to right click here on source files. By the way, these are all folders of different files inside of our program. that Visual Studio will use to create our program. So I'm going to right-click Source Files, Add, New Item. Click C++ file, and down here it's called source.cpp. I'm going to change that and call it main.cpp. You could call it anything you want, but main is a useful thing to call it because this is the main piece of our program. So I'll click Add. And now we see there's a big white box that has appeared, and it's completely blank. So we're going to start from the ground up. So to start, we see that this is in fact main.cpp. We're going to create what's called a .cpp file. It's just a blank text file, basically. And I'll create another video explaining what these things do that I'm going to type. But I'm going to type this # include IOStream, go down, using namespace std, that stands for standard, int main, parenthesis, right, these brackets, and inside here I'm going to type cout space hello world ENDL, end line. I'm going to type enter again and type cin.get parenthesis semicolon, and this is the program. So we're going to run it. We'll click local Windows debugger. Would you like to build it? Yes. There we go. Hello world. It worked. Can exit out of that. And if you followed the video, this is your first program. Way to go. You did it. I'll make another video after this explaining what happened with all of this confusing stuff. And this can be a lot to take in at first because there are a lot of new things to learn. But it'll all make sense after you've written your first 4 or 5 programs, and it'll just be completely normal to write weird things like include, IOStream. It'll be normal to put these angle bracket things and put semicolons everywhere. That'll all make sense after you've written a few programs. But for now, there you go.